Scotty Bowling. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Our ladder's about to fall. We're 13-month-old baby. Done broke the glass. That's 13 months bad luck. Future's in the past. Watch out. If you believe in things you don't understand and you suffer, superstition ain't the way. Thank you.
Messed up. Close enough, though.
Close enough.
Just for opener or bumper music. You know, like I said, we don't plan this out. We just play.
August Drive back with a, not quite a live string, but chit-chatting. We got some things that are on our minds, and we wanted to share them with you. So, Mr. Bolins, what's on your mind, bud?
Well, you were talking about you had a scary story.
Oh.
So let's have it. So what's up?
All right, so scary story, and it's really this one's actually reality, man. It's not a story. Well, it's a story, but it's true. And hope my dad doesn't get mad at me. Back in the late '80s, I'm serious. He's messing around.
Yeah, I understand.
Back in the late '80s, Massachusetts. That's where we were living. My dad's a minister. Okay. So he's got the church, he's got the deacons, and like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, he gets his phone call. And it was either the husband or the wife or something, like they got him on the phone and were like, my daughter is doing weird things. She's in her bedroom upstairs, and there is something out there at her window telling her to come. So basically, commit suicide. I'm sorry to say that, but that's a true story. That's what really happened. So they call my dad. He gets the deacons, and they all drive over there. And supposedly, it's kind of eerie to me because I was just a kid when I heard it, but she was demon possessed. Yeah. So they called, my dad was the preacher. So bring your Bible, and he did, and he got the deacons, and there was some kind of something out there trying to get this girl to like jump off a second story, floor home, and basically commit suicide. So they went up there in the room. I don't know what scripture or what they did, but thankfully they saved the girl's life. They scared whatever it was away, or how that worked. I mean, I don't know. I'm not, I'm just a son, not the preacher, but that really happened. That's a true story. I was in Massachusetts back in late 80s, early 90s, and there's some work that my dad did and saved a life with the Bible. So this was my story.
So it wasn't a possession; it was a haunting, correct?
The parents, when they called my dad when all this was going down, said she was reading something and listening to something. That she was demon possessed.
Oh, so she was possessed.
She was possessed.
So your dad actually did
he
did a what do you call it, what is it called? Exorcist. Exorcism.
Maybe so, because that stuff's in the Bible, and my dad, I mean, knows his
Well,
way
he's in the
around
business of
100%.
it, yeah. I mean,
But like when he got there, she was doing all this stuff, and whatever it was out there was trying to get her to jump off, like kill herself, jump out of the window, and the parents were the ones that thought something was weird, and whatever my dad and the deacons and whoever was out there with them did, I mean, saved their life. I mean,
that's crazy.
but it was supposed to be scary story time. But for me, that one, because it was so real, is scary to me. That might be a bad example, but
I know your dad. You know your dad's not a liar. If your dad
No.
said it, it happened.
yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty legit.
I mean, it's been like 30-some years
Yeah.
ago, but
I speak to a lot of these ministers that go overseas and they do work at these third world countries and stuff.
sure.
And they'll come back and have all kinds of stories. They're like, yeah, it's just you don't see it much here, but in third world, you see. One guy said, yeah, he did exorcism, and a guy climbed the tree like a snake. He literally curled around the tree like this until he got to the top,
Man,
like a snake. All kinds of crazy stuff.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these people are not unhinged people. These people have no reason to lie. Very truthful, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, anything's possible. That's hauntings. I mean, the book's that thick, and not all those are lied. Not all those are just stories. I'm sure some truth to a lot of that stuff.
I guarantee it. And I read up on a documentary that the Bible that we like read and use today is missing pages, missing chapters. And example, he anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Well, whatever was in that oil kind of like heals you and prolongs your life and the whole thing. And they've done a study on it. And I don't know the whole ingredients, but it's olive oil for sure. And what blew my mind, one of the ingredients was cannabis. Now, I'm not saying it was pot and they went up there and blah. It was just related to it. And there was like 2 or 3 others. And it's like every time somebody had, he anointed, and it boom, his arms healed and walking, whatever. But the Bible that we read today, that's not in there. Whenever they like rewrote it and whatnot, they left it all out. And I don't know why. But anyway, I don't know why I was saying that, but I'll tell you.
I was like, know how cannabis got in a scary story time.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
The scary things happen when you're on campus.
It does.
It sure does.
It does.
Sure does. Scott loves cannabis.
No, I don't love cannabis. You get me in trouble. I do not mess with cannabis.
All right.
I drink some wild turkey,
Well,
some beer. That's about it. That's all I got. That's all I do. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all anybody needs. Wild turkey and Coors Banquet.
And that's American stuff right there.
It is very American.
You know what I mean?
It's very American.
And there's one thing he's left out.
What?
Rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
True blue American music, man.
Which
That's
is
what we need.
yeah, which is very rock and roll is a endangered species right now, isn't it?
That's hard to believe. Why do you say that?
Well, it's just not like it's gone. It's not like it was. I'm not dissing on the bands. I'm just saying it's the new rock stars or the rappers.
Talking about the new stuff.
Yeah, there's no rock stars anymore.
Okay.
It's just faceless rock bands.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is, just kind of back it up a little bit. But, Poison, their 80s. That was my, teenage years. Metallica's still going. You got Kid Rock still going. You got Motley Crue. And big fan, no big fan, whatever. But these guys are like trying to liven it back up. You may be right as far as like the new version because they don't have the ingredient like they did back then, I guess. Is that what you're saying? Like the new stuff? Or because
I think I'm more trapped in the nostalgia. And that's unfair to put that on the new generation.
Probably. I mean, but
I don't want to be that old guy that, you know, like my dad was, music like it was when I was growing up.
right.
I don't ever want to say that, you know,
But if you did, now you know why he said it.
yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, you do what I say, not as I do.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rock bands, we'll talk about something else.
Sure.
We opened this up with Scary Stories, Superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the 27 Club.
27 Club.
Yeah, let's talk about Robert Johnson, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and who's that Nirvana guy? Kurt Cobain. They all died at 27 years old.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay, and I think there's some other ones too we forgot.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse. Remember her?
Yeah.
She also died at 27.
Mm.
And it's called the 27th Club.
Yeah.
And it's kind of creepy.
There was actually a documentary on that. But
Yeah.
Go ahead. I mean,
Let's go the first guy.
okay.
Let's go Robert Johnson.
Go ahead. You got
Sold his soul to the devil,
Uh-huh.
and he died at he died at a bar. He was playing a gig at a bar, and he was flirting with some girl, and her husband poisoned him.
Are you serious?
Yes. Guess what the name of the bar was?
Poison Alley?
Nope. The Three Forks.
Oh. Satanic.
Yeah, the Three Forks. Remember, like
that ties back into my the thing there.
Oh yeah.
So, sure enough.
I mean, and Jimi Hendrix made a lot of statements of him kind of selling his soul or something.
He did?
Yeah. But I understand it's like 27. That's when you cash your chips in. That's when it's it. That's when you pay the piper.
It brings me to my next point, since you mentioned it. Selling your soul to the devil. Well, Jimmy Page?
He messed around with that stuff.
Yep.
He bought Aleister Crowley's house.
That's exactly right. Crowley. Mr. Crowley.
Yeah.
He bought the house, but he knew him very well. And it may be true, maybe not. I mean, I'm just a regular guy at work, you know what I mean? But I read up stuff, and who knows what's true or not. But what I heard was, before like Led Zeppelin and all that, the famous guitarist that he is now, he was kind of mediocre, like me. Like, I can do a few things. And then supposedly in that house, he sold his soul to the devil. And then they're on stage or whatnot, and he's doing all kind of crazy stuff that he never done before. Now, true or false, I don't know, but I heard that.
Well,
wouldn't doubt.
Well, Robert Johnson, they said he sucked, and he missing for 3 or 4 months.
Missing?
Come back, just nobody knew where he went. He come back 3 or 4 months later and blew everybody's mind.
Are you serious? See, maybe he could have had the same experience.
It could be.
Maybe it's actually really out there, man. I'm not doing it.
No.
I don't play guitar that well. That's cool. I'm not selling my soul. I don't sing that well. That's cool. I don't play the bass. I ain't selling crap.
No.
Maybe my used car out here, but my soul, no sir, not selling. No ma'am, not selling it.
Not gonna do it.
No.
No.
You think what it is, or I'll keep on doing what I do.
But you hear about a lot of these not just musicians but movie stars. They actually do these little rituals. They do. To there's these little oh gosh. The Luciferian thing is just real deep in Hollywood. And it's They all sell their soul.
They're starting to get deep in
Yeah,
North
yeah.
Carolina.
Let me tell me something. You got a girl, Miss Houston, that sung in her Baptist church for years.
Mm-hmm.
She becomes famous. Of course, I'm talking about Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
right?
Big time. Got it.
Wonderful voice.
Everything she needs.
Amazing talent, right?
Mhm.
And look how she went out.
She's done it over. Didn't she?
Exactly.
Killed herself.
You make the deal with the
Sad.
look. You make the deal with the devil. You're going to pay the note.
Yeah.
You're going to pay the note. Simple as that.
I don't blame you on that. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, man. Here's the sad thing. I read on the tabloids this morning that at some schools, they're going to allow the devil worshiping sessions. They showed the goat's head, the upside down star. I want to think it's a joke and someone was just messing around.
You can worship the devil
But
in
if
school.
that starts happening, man.
Look, you can worship the devil in school. You just can't worship Jesus Christ. You can show up with the Satanic Bible, but if you pull out the Holy Bible in church, they're going to expel your butt.
And I don't get that. And it frankly it ticks me off.
That's because Luciferians run the government too.
So it doesn't end there.
That is scary.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah. That is scary.
It's very scary. But
that you talk about a scary story.
Mm-hmm.
The demonic power and possession over our government officials is, if you knew the truth, you couldn't sleep at night.
No, and they're taking it over, man.
Yeah.
Every day goes by, they're taking it over.
You got these Republicans that get together once a year and rub their peckers against some tree, worship some owl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then you got the Democrats, the bloodletting, the I forgot that she played. Yeah.
Spend some money.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You don't, if you knew the truth, it would scare you.
And I'm sorry, man, if y'all been brainwashed some of the stuff. I mean, who are we to tell you anything?
Yeah, we're nobody. At the end of the day, we're like you. We're just blue collar workers.
But you got to use common sense, man. You know what I mean? If I told you 2 + 5 is 4, you'd be like, "Oh, this guy's a dumbass," right? I mean, sorry about the costume, but if in different, bigger terms, they're doing the same thing. They're telling you wrong information, and they push it so much, and they spend so much money putting this stuff on the TV so that everybody's going to believe it, or that's their plan. You got it. Common sense, man. Common sense. Do your own, figure it out, make your own decision. Don't let somebody else tell you how to live, man. Don't tell me how to live. That's nothing. Sorry about that.
I mean, how many children are murdered every year and sacrificed to Moloch?
Yeah.
And if you're out there, you know what I mean when I say children are murdered and sacrificed to Moloch. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Sad, man.
It is. It is.
So we're going to leave you with a little version of Simple Man. Short and sweet for you, okay? August Drive in the house.
Ready?
Mr. Bolden.
A little bit of distortion on this one, all right? Is that all right?
That's all right. That's all right. care. A little Simple Man. Thank you guys so much for watching out.